It's time for a fresh edition of Weather for Weather Geeks here on this Thursday evening. It is the 8th day of September. We'll make this a pretty quick video this evening with pretty quiet weather, but of course we always can find some interesting things to talk about. Today was another day that went pretty much according to plan. We told you there would probably be some fog here and there this morning, and indeed we did have some. And after the fog burned off, turned into a great day today with upper 70s to around 80. In fact, it hit 80 officially at the Youngstown Warren Airport. I'm recording this video at about 7:12 p.m. and we're right in the middle of the parade in Columbiana this evening as the street fair kicks off. The street fair open over the next few days. Should be some pretty nice weather to enjoy the festivities in Columbiana and elsewhere across the valley yet again on Friday. So always a nice crowd out there for this annual September event in Columbiana. Before we head back home, let's take a quick trip over to the tropics. This is Hurricane Earl in the Atlantic Ocean. This little dot right here, this is the island of Bermuda. U.S. is over here. Earl's a pretty good-looking hurricane, Category 2, with some gusts up to 120, the pressure down to 961 millibars. Now, this is about 140 miles south of Bermuda. This is going to just give Bermuda kind of a close shave as it moves off to the east and then eventually to the northeast. May even become a Category 3 storm before weakening later in the weekend as it encounters less favorable conditions in the northern Atlantic. But Earl's a fish storm. Other than a side swipe of Bermuda, this is mostly just a concern for shipping interests across the central and northern Atlantic Ocean. The U.S. remains free of any tropical threats, both along the east coast and the west coast. Now, the west coast will get some rain from a decaying tropical system. Southern California probably gets some rain, but no landfall or anything like that. Clear sky this evening to check out the waxing moon. It'll be full in a handful of days, and Saturn up and to the right of the moon. That bright spot is Saturn. Now, Friday evening, to the left of the moon will be Jupiter, to the right of the moon, Saturn, the moon kind of in between. It'll be a nice clear sky to check that out Friday evening. Now, Friday morning, for early morning risers, something else to look up and check out is the space station flying overhead at 5:42 a.m. It lasts about 6 minutes, appearing first in the northwest sky and then disappearing 6 minutes later in the east-southeast sky. Very high pass. This is up at about 77 degrees above the horizon, so almost directly right overhead. So definitely worth checking out if you happen to be up that early. Now, fast forwarding 12 hours later or so to Friday evening and high school football. Boy, we're on a real nice stretch here of weather to kick off the high school football season, and Friday evening will be no exception. Warm, dry, clear skies, middle and upper 70s at kickoff and upper 60s towards the end of our games. We'll zip through the next couple of days pretty quickly because, again, Friday is just a nice day with a few fair weather clouds in the afternoon. Now, clouds will increase on Saturday. May actually look like it wants to rain before Saturday is through, but I think any raindrops will hold off until later Saturday night and ending into parts of Sunday. This is going to end up being one of those slow-moving systems that's going to bring us an increase or an influx of moisture and several chances for showers into early next week. So the weekend forecast, a warm day Saturday despite the thickening clouds in the afternoon, 82 in the afternoon. We'll do 76 on our Sunday with a chance of showers. It won't be a washout Sunday, but there'll be some showers here and there. All right, so as we get beyond the holiday, or not the holiday weekend, we just had the holiday weekend. As we get beyond the weekend, we will be tracking another one of these cutoff areas of low pressure across the northern tier of states. First things first, there's that moisture plume in Southern California. Talked about this some last evening. Could be too much of a good thing. Need the rain, of course, but not too much at one time. That'll be something to watch out for in Southern California. And also, down in the southeast, big plume of moisture here means several rounds of showers and storms, particularly during the first half of the weekend. But even on Sunday, there could be some wet weather, including for the Browns and Carolina Panthers game in Charlotte Sunday afternoon. Our weather will be impacted by this circle right here. This is a cutoff low, an area of low pressure in the upper levels of the atmosphere that's kind of cut off from the main jet stream and therefore doesn't move very fast. And it will give us chances for showers and maybe even some thunder all the way through at least Tuesday. Not much has changed with our thinking when it comes to the longer range, with a trough pushing into the west coast right after we get past the halfway point of September. We'll be in for a pretty warm stretch here, I think, from the 16th through the 22nd, perhaps even beyond that. Some of the longer range modeling would suggest that we generally have a pretty warm period ahead of us, maybe lasting until the end of the month. So the relatively comfortable weather that we will have early next week with the clouds and the threat for showers, once that upper low moves away, we may see a pretty long stretch of warm September weather. No surprise, a lot of Septembers have been warm in recent years. Thanks for watching tonight's Weather for Weather Geeks. Make it a great rest of your Thursday night and a pleasant Friday as well.